Hola, bienvenidas a Super Mamás.
Super Mamás.
This is Paulina.
And this is Bricia.
And this week on our podcast, I talk about my first birth story. Yes, I tell you about how Krista came into this world.
And I vent a little bit about my husband. I'm so sorry, baby. I love you, but I really wanted the gray ergo.
Give her a gray ergo, please. Okay, Lisa.
Here we go.
Hello, good morning.
We're back.
Or
We're
afternoon,
back.
or good
We're
night,
back.
or
It's
whatever.
Good morning. Saturday morning. We did not record Friday. We're not doing Friday nights right now.
We did not do Friday night.
I got a little carried away last night.
And I just had too many commitments yesterday.
You
kids commitments. So,
I know. So you take care of two kids. Although you know what? I know it's even though if it's morning, I'm still gonna have wine. No. You know what? It's Saturday morning. Let's have michelada.
Because it's brunch.
It's brunch, and we have bottomless micheladas at the restaurant Saturdays.
Woo! So let's just take advantage and have some enchiladas. Assistant.
How was your morning? How was getting out of that? Okay, I love how we're like, let's be here at 9:30, but then we got here at 10 because we have that 30-minute window.
I know, like window. I was always late regardless, like my dad.
Yeah. Right?
Like my whole life, I've always been late. My dad was like, "Are you really around the corner, or which corner?" You know.
I know you were. I'm on my way. It's like, you know, that means she's still at home. Still to this day.
No.
And Dad used to be like, "Pero dónde? Pero qué calle? ¿Qué calle?"
Esquina. And I was like, "Dad, leave me alone."
Did you like memorize streets to tell Dad?
No. Oh my God. No, I was only 5 minutes late today. Oh my God, like I had to like make breakfast. I didn't even have breakfast, but I made breakfast for everybody. You know, I left clothes ready. I left everything ready because, you know, if not, God forbid, if I don't do that.
So I told my husband. I'll tell you my morning. I told my husband I had to work in the morning because I have somebody else coming in. I have like a couple meetings and I have to do something else today. I told him this, right? And then this morning, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a haircut." I'm like, "Okay." And then he looked at me like, "Okay, so like, what about the baby?" I'm like, "I don't know. I mean, you're gonna go get a haircut, right? Take him with you." And he was like,
"Didn't he just get a haircut last week?"
No.
Okay.
So then he was like, "Oh, you think we can call Yelena to come?" And I was like, "Well, we already told her she wasn't gonna come. Like,
yeah.
You can't just like call her out of the blue. Like, this needs to be planned."
Yeah.
Right? And he's like, "Oh, well, shit. What do I do?" I'm like, "Shit, what do you do?" No. And then as the morning kept going, he was like, "Well, I should take Diego to the vet." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, just take him to the vet." He's like, "But like with the baby?" I'm like, "Yeah, put the ergo on."
How do you think we do things?
Yeah, I'm like, put the ergo.
How the hell do you think we get things accomplished? I know.
I'm like, put the ergo on and take Diego with you. That's what the ergo is for.
Yeah.
That's why you made me change it to a black. I had wanted gray ergo for myself, but he was like, "I'm not gonna wear a gray ergo. Get a black one." So I got a black one for him. He hasn't worn it once.
Oh my God.
Once. And so then today he was like, "Well, I don't think I can do it." He's like, "I'm man enough to admit that I can't do it. It's too much."
It's not, I mean, how do they think we get things done? Like,
I don't know,
same thing happened last night at my house. I had 2 kids over for play date with Krista, so it was Krista and 2 kids. You know, it was fun. You know, they played. I blew up a little pool. They had fun, whatever. They came to pick them up like around 7:30, and my husband was already there. And
I can't believe you have kids over for play date. I mean, I'm not there yet. I'm a 3-month-old, but I can't.
And then after they left, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna clean up. You know, I started cleaning up because I cooked and I did all these things. And then I literally sat down for like a minute, right? And then the moment that I sit down and I grab my phone, he walks in there and he's like, "Can you leave your phone alone for 5 minutes?" And I was like, "The fuck? Are you kidding me?" I was like, Seriously, I just took care of a couple of kids.
Hold on, I think our micheladas right here.
I was like, I took care of a couple of kids. He was mad because he has like his huge event today, and he had taken Sabina to the beach, and I guess he didn't have time to do things he wanted to do. But tough shit. Like, you know, how does he think that I get things done around the house? Like, I have to do things, and I take the kids with me, you know?
Yeah.
And I was upset. I was so upset. Like, so I'm just venting with all of you out there, because I'm sure you've been there before. I was just so mad. I was like, are you serious? And he just like, so he's so el digno. I was just like, oh my God. Like, I just got up and I was like, okay, what do you want me to do next? And then I was just like, kids, get in the bath. And I just put him to sleep, and I did the whole thing, and I was like, okay, what else should I do now? And then you know, doing the whole drama thing. And I was like, what should I do next? And then he just didn't even answer.
Dramática, pues así como que, ¿y ahora quieres que haga?
I know. But I was just mad, you know, because I was like, yes, you were with the girl this morning. Yes, you took her. Yes, we didn't have a sitter today. But like, what does he think I do when I don't have a sitter? Like, I have to bring her with me. I have to do this. I have to, like, I'm with both of them. I get things done. Yeah. You know, I go and like I take them to the church and then birthday parties, and then I take them to Target, and I'm taking them here, and I take them there, and I get home and I put him to sleep, and I give him food, and I do all these things, and he can't handle one. Anyway, so man, that was my last night.
I ended up calling the sitter last minute. Doña Elena, now she has to like come because Mr. needs to have a haircut that he didn't think about it before, and he can't. You know. No, wait, hold on. The funny thing, he was like, well, I don't know how to put the Ergo on. I'm like, well, do you think I was born do you think I was born with an Ergo chip in my... So I did. I looked for a YouTube video, and I texted it to him, right? And I was like, this is how you put it on. Watch the video. And he wasn't watching the video, so I had to put the video on my phone, and I had to hold up the phone to his face so I could make sure he watched it, so he knows. I bet you till right now that the sitter isn't really going, he's probably like, I don't really need to watch that video anymore because I don't need to put the Ergo on. Like, well, then why did you make me get a black Ergo? I wanted the gray one.
We got a black one too. We got a black one because he wears it too.
But I guess you're already at that stage where he wears it. He hasn't worn it once. I'm like, I wanted the gray one. I think about that every time.
Make him wear it. And then this morning we're like,
I should have called a sitter. I should have just let him go.
You should have. I didn't call anybody yesterday.
Although I just got freaked out because I was like, if he's gonna, like, the thought of him in the Ergo with the kid and Diego at the vet kind of freaked me out.
But I mean,
I was like, don't let anyone touch the baby.
But you know, like, if you do it, I think they're capable of doing it. They're capable of doing it. They're just...
I know. I think if it wasn't because it was a whole vet situation, like...
There's germs.
Yeah, the germs. Diego tiene oxydius. What do we call it?
Oxydius?
Oxydius? Everything only one.
His butt itches.
His butt itches. Like, I can have my baby around.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, butt. So that's the only reason why that happened. But anyway, that was my morning. He did make me coffee, so that was nice.
I made breakfast for everybody. I made breakfast for the sitter this morning.
Oh, that's nice.
I haven't even had breakfast.
We haven't had michelada?
Michelada for breakfast. But you know what? I get to walk out. It's bottomless,
remember.
I get to walk out, and you know, we're so blessed though that we have like a really good sitter for our kids.
Oh, that's what us too. I mean, she's not even a sitter. I'm telling you, she's like a family.
Yeah. And well, it's gonna sound like weird, and she's not 100 years old, but my babysitter actually took care of us when we were kids.
Oh, I know.
Anita Garcia.
And then we have our other Anita in Oaxaca.
And then we have another Anita
who's taking care of Monica's baby.
And mom and dad. Yeah, so I'm so lucky. You know, she's great. She's great with the kids, and
mine
you know,
too.
Yeah, I know it's. So I'm like, I don't feel bad, like, oh, okay, I have to go to, because I know like they're taken care of, and that's good. And I know finding the right sitter, it's such a challenge to find.
I know if it's not somebody that's related to you that you know for a long time, like, I don't know if I could ever. I don't know if I could like just hire somebody like that just out of nowhere. Like, oh hey,
Yeah,
take care of my baby.
Yeah, like people like, oh, you go to care.com and just find people. I'm like, I don't know these people.
Yeah. It's my baby.
It's my, yeah, exactly. He's like, I can't. I'm not. I don't know. I just can't do it.
I can't believe mom and dad moved to Oaxaca right when we actually needed them like that. Like, you're supposed to take care of my child. Why are you moving to Oaxaca?
I know, but like, but when they come,
but you know what though? I know, but don't you feel better like having Anita taking care? I mean, it's gonna suck because usually, I mean, I feel really safe leaving the baby with mom, but como que lo protege mucho, like.
Yeah.
She lies over, it's like he's cold. His feet are cold. It's like his feet are sweaty.
One time mom called me. She FaceTimed me. Sorry, mom, again. But she FaceTimed me one time. I was taking a walk with the girls. Like, Krista was on her little bike, and I was in the stroller with Sabina. And she FaceTimed me, and I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to answer. Mom, look at me walking with my kids. And the whole time I was talking to her, she was like, Krista está corriendo muy rápido. Camina más rápido. Camina más rápido. Oh, no se vaya a caer. Se va a tropezar. So I was like, Mom, you know what? I'm going to call you right back.
I love you. Krista, say bye to grandma.
Dude, mom, she has eagle sight when it comes to the kids, like even through FaceTime. Okay, like she's like, what happened to her eye? I can see a little thing like right in the corner of her eye. I'm like, I don't even see it. Like, what are you talking about?
We're like, oh, that's right.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know. She fell.
I just saw it.
And now Sabina's like pulling herself up to stand, but she can't get down again. So she just throws herself. And she like bumps everywhere and like, oh my god, it's this whole thing. She's so funny. She just holds herself. She's like, and now I'm like, okay, here I come, and I have to put her down, and I'm trying to teach Krista how to put her down.
So we're like, Krista, get your dog with your sister. That was us though.
That was us.
I remember when we used to wipe Fernando's ass.
When he was 6 years old? No, he wasn't 6.
My brother, Fernando breastfed until he was like 4 years old. And then got his ass wiped for the other next 2 years. Like, he was living the life, man.
Hey, he's the king.
Our youngest brother, Fernando.
He's the king. Or only brother.
Or only brother.
Or youngest brother.
Or only brother.
Out of the 10 we have.
But, I mean, mom taught us how to wipe Fernando's ass.
Exactly. I'm trying to teach
we sit down to eat, and he was like, yeah. Yeah. Like, oh, your turn. You go.
But that always happens. Krista always wants to go to the bathroom when I'm about to put the first bite of food in my mouth.
I know what you were.
What the hell?
And Laura still tells the story. My husband, you guys came over, and she went to the bathroom, and he went to get something from the fridge. So he saw her in the bathroom. He's like, Tío Eduardo, estoy haciendo popó. And then he was like, qué bien, mija, cierra la puerta. He was like, I ran as fast as I could. I didn't want her to ask me to wipe her ass or anything. Like,
they just announce it. She announces every time.
Imagine if we did that. Like,
hey, I just farted, people, everybody.
You did? Oh
no, I'm just saying that they have no filter.
I know.
Kids have no filter. They're super cute. Well,
Aww.
I guess up until a certain age, right? Right now it's cute, but if she was like 8 years old, I'd be like, I
don't think that's
know.
cute.
I don't want to know. Please, just keep it to yourself.
Well, today you're gonna tell us your birth story, huh?
Yes.
Krista.
I'm gonna talk about one.
Of course,
the longest one.
Each birth story needs its own.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the longest one first. Let's just do the longest.
The first one. That's the first birth I ever like experienced.
In the family, yeah, that was.
Ever no, in my life.
You're the before.
No. That was the first. Yours is the only one I've actually been.
Oh.
Yeah, been in. I mean, both of yours and mine, obviously. I was there when I gave birth.
Oh my god! Well,
it wasn't as traumatizing as I thought it was. I remember when she came out, like I was like crying. I mean, I cried in both of them. It's the most incredible thing. It's not beautiful when you Google it or when you watch YouTube videos.
Well, I was in both my best friend's births for my goddaughter and her other son. I was there in both, and she made it seem like
She should have had her kids.
Yeah,
she was
she's like, they're out. And I was like, really? Like, oh my god.
You didn't even want me to hold your hand?
Yeah, she did. I don't even think she sweat. Like, I was just like,
she still had her perfect curls on. She had
Jackie,
makeup
man.
on. She had her blush.
No, she did not have makeup on, but she just made it seem so, like, she pushed, like, literally, I think she pushed for the last baby. I think she pushed like 10 minutes, and that was it. Like, she pushed 10 minutes, and that kid was out. And I was like, really? Like, seriously? Like,
she pushed for 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think it was like 10 minutes. I was there, and
I know, but I always tell her, like, Jackie, your babies are so small.
they are small. I mean, she is small,
but still.
But yeah, I mean,
it's still
small.
ahead.
It's not like she's big and the babies are small. Like, she's small too. But it's just crazy. Like, she was like, it just came out, and I was like, why can't I do that? But anyway, and then my birth came, and it was like traumatizing, and then the second one came, and it's completely different. And I was like, how do you do it? How do you do it? And she's like, I don't know. It does hurt. I'm like, yeah, shut up. Shut up.
I promise it's hard. It was a very challenging day for me.
I know. Oh my god. But yeah,
But we love you, Jackie. We're just talking shit because we're jealous.
Yeah, very jealous of that. No, she's great. I know. I told her like she should come at one point and just tell her side of mommyhood. But yeah, that was the I've been to 2 plus mine. I did not make it to yours because you called us right when the baby was coming out.
I had a very peculiar, like, I don't know. It's like I saw your birth, and there's all these people in there, and
all these people. My husband, you, and Mom.
3 people plus the midwife plus the 2 nurses. That's 6 people in a room.
Wait. What about
the random
person in the corner?
I had that random person in the corner too.
Seriously? Like,
I wonder why he's there.
I don't know. Like, I always forget to ask.
And it's a guy.
So
we both gave birth at Kaiser.
Yeah.
In the one that is West LA office on Cadillac. And on both of my sister's birth and on mine, like, there was a guy in the corner.
I think it was the same guy.
And it's the same guy. So
maybe
either
he's there for like an emergency,
or maybe he's an angel.
Maybe.
I mean,
did you ever see anybody talking to him?
No.
Seriously?
You know what? I didn't. And I never saw him again ever.
For real.
Like, he was just like sitting there, like, looking to the side.
It was just weird.
And I was like, why are you here?
But you know what?
Room?
You didn't even mind him. Like,
no.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think he was an angel.
Yeah, it was weird, but we have to find out who that is. I know. We should.
Well, anyway, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we are gonna hear my sister's incredible birth story. And we're back. And you're texting. Who are you texting?
Yes. Work things.
I hate work things. You're texting your husband. Where are you? Where's the kid?
It's work things. You know, you just can't leave work. You know.
We are at work.
You're like checking your phone too. We're like right here.
No, so. I have to call. I have to remind my husband to call the car for the sitter. Because I know he won't remember.
I know. I know.
Why are men I think all men. Okay, here's. You know what? We're gonna get to your birth story, but I want to say I have this theory that all men stop growing up at 13. Like, Dad is a 13-year-old.
Dad told me that. Dad was like, we just expect you to acknowledge every single thing that we do. Yeah. And I was like, why? He was like, because that's just the way we are. Like, men expect you to acknowledge every single little thing. Like, oh my God, you did a good job, you know? like a child. Like, good job.
Like a 13-year-old kid.
Exactly.
Good job, honey.
Good job. Right. You're doing a great job. You know, like, oh, look, I, fed the child. Good, great, excellent, awesome. Just like my daughter.
You know what? I'm gonna get a little like board for my husband and put a little star every time he does something nice.
Yeah.
Look how has more stars, Eduardo or little Eduardo.
But then like it's weird because they develop so well in other areas, but when it comes to home or like the wife or the kids, it's like, oh, I'm helpless. Please, love me.
But I love you, honey, and I'm so lucky to have you.
I love you too. Even though sometimes you drive me crazy.
You don't drive me crazy. You're perfect. So your birth story.
What a boring couple.
He's perfect. He's a perfect husband. He really is. But
Anyway.
I mean, besides not allowing me to get the gray hair go, he's amazing.
Yeah. My birth story. Well.
Okay, so how long were you in labor for?
I was in labor for 43 hours.
Holy shit.
I don't know. I think I was just remembering.
I think I need a drink. 40.
Remembering for today, I
think I got the shakes right now. 43 hours of labor.
I think it was more actually. Because I don't exactly remember what time my water broke, but I did a bunch of things after. But anyway, I'm gonna start by saying that Krista is like a miracle baby.
Krista is really a miracle baby.
We tried so hard to have a baby for about 3 to 4 years. And it was like devastating every week for me. Every week. Not every week.
Every day. I tried every day.
Every month, like I'd be like, oh, maybe this time. And then the weird thing is like your mind starts playing games with you because like your period starts getting late and late and late because you're making it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
in your head.
This time I'm pregnant. And then I literally had boxes of like pregnancy tests.
She goes to Costco and get like,
give me a 12,
Give me 15. This month I'm gonna need 15 tests.
Yeah, but there was a point where my husband and I were just like, you know what? That's it. No more. Like,
no more trying. We're gonna stop having sex.
No, it's just like like let's just have fun. Let's just like relax and. Plus, our pastor came over and,
No. Before that. So, like, you tried everything and you really, like, you were like, I'm done. I mean, you went to El Salvador. I remember that. Of course.
I did it all. I called our friend Adriana in Oaxaca.
Every Mexican has been to El Salvador.
Everybody.
Everyone. For
I don't
anything.
go to a chiropractor.
Oh, my head hurts.
Let
me rub an egg. I think Mom rubbed an egg in your stomach, like, over so many times. Like, oh.
I probably had a chicken inside. Yeah, Adriana sent me like a tease from Oaxaca, like, people tell her, like, she would send me things, like I did everything they told me to do, and the last thing I was just like, I'm just gonna let it up to God, like whenever he wants to send me the baby, he will. Our pastor came over, we prayed, the whole family prayed over me, and that was like such a beautiful moment. And then after that, probably like a month later, I got pregnant. And
I know Pastor Jim came and he like laid his hands on you, and we all held hands, and then we all prayed, and
it was beautiful.
It was so nice,
and it was like,
and Dad.
The most important, the most meaningful thing was like Dad asked him to, because he saw how much I was like, in pain because I couldn't, and he would be like, "Don't worry,
like don't worry,
you're gonna get pregnant."
Aww.
And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just really wanted to be a mom. I actually bought baby clothes like years before this. Like, she was born in 2011. I probably bought clothes like in 2008. Like, I would go to the mom like, oh, this is so cute for my, and I always knew that I wanted a girl. Like, I wanted a girl, and I'm so lucky that I got a girl. But anyway, my pregnancy was amazing, excellent. Like, I think like I felt great. My hair was like shining
and long and curly.
My face, everybody was like, oh my God, you look great. Everybody tells you look great when you're pregnant.
What else can I tell you? Damn, you look like shit.
But I felt good. And she was supposed to come on October 24th, and which is my best friend's birthday, and that was my due date. But she actually came a week before. She was
a week early?
She was a week early.
My baby was 2 weeks early.
She was a week early. And I was not even expecting it at all. Like, I took all the classes there was. I went to Mamás. I actually, because we didn't have time to sign up for, like, the weekly one, I crunched it in, like, I think it was, like, 6 hours. Me and my husband, I was like, we have to go to this class. And we took it for 6 hours where they teach you how to, like, breathe. And they teach you, like, positions. And they tell your husband they have to massage your
perineal
and all of that.
Those are really, actually, that helped me a lot, the perineal massages with vitamin E.
Yeah, and
I massage my perineal area. I think for like 2 weeks before. My point was to do it for a month, but then he came 2 weeks early, so I only had 2 weeks.
So, I took all the classes, and, they tell you, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're probably going to have contractions, and your water's going to break, and your water's going to break, and then you have contractions. Well, mine was like nothing like that. I was actually one day, I was just tired from work because I was working long hours still. And then I was like, oh, I should just go and take a bath. So I went and I took a bath and I put some candles and I put some music. And then I was just like super relaxed. And then all of a sudden I was like, I felt like a good gush of water coming out of me. And then I was like, what the hell? Like, I was like, what is this? And I was like, did my water just break? Because, you don't know what it feels like.
Right.
So I got out of the shower and I changed and I just was just like, no, maybe I peed on myself. I don't know. So then I was just walking
It doesn't
around.
feel like pee. Like,
no,
it just water, like, water gushes out of you.
You know, like when you
and not everybody's water breaks, too.
No, not everybody's water.
Yeah.
The second time my water didn't break. And then, so I started walking around home and I noticed like drops of water, everywhere I would go. And so I told my husband, like, do you think I should go to the hospital? And he was like, I don't know. Why don't you call? So I called Kaiser and they were like, yeah, come over. And I was like, nah, I don't want to be in the hospital like for hours. So we went for a walk. I was hungry. He actually came to the restaurant to pick up some tlayudas. I had some tlayudas for dinner that night. And seriously, I was like, I had a puppy pad in my chair and I was eating tlayudas. Because I didn't feel anything, like nothing. I just felt absolutely nothing. So then I kept just doing the things that I needed to do. And I actually went to sleep.
I went to Target.
I did not go to Target. But I went to sleep and I got all the things ready. And I was like, well, maybe tomorrow.
What things did you get ready for, Paulina? Because you're first, okay. One thing you guys should know about my sister, she's the bag lady. She is the bag lady. And I have my other sister in the room, and she's in that corner, and she's like, oh my gosh, she totally is. I mean, how many purses did you bring today?
Only one.
Okay.
Yeah, only wrong one.
How many purses are
because
inside that purse?
Well, it's only my wallet. But yes, I carry a lot of bags, but...
What about Krista walking out and saying, like, look, I'm mommy, and she has 4 bags, and she's like, me voy a trabajar.
Yeah, she told me that she had a bunch of bags, and she had, like, a scarf, and she had, like, a bunch of things. She was like, I'm leaving. And like, where are you going? A trabajar. And I was like, oh my God, that's how I look with my daughter. Anyway.
You're like, Mika, you're missing your makeup bag.
I mean, when you're the first time mom, you look for all these things, and online they're like, oh, here's a list of things to take to the hospital. And I was like, I even printed it out.
You know what we should do? Okay, so when we upload this episode, we should put the things that you should take and the things that you maybe don't need. Like maybe
like a bathing suit.
Yeah, like a bathing suit.
My husband took a bathing suit because they told us that we could get in the shower and he could like what do you say, like kind of dance with me in the shower for the pain. And then I took a yoga ball, I took a yoga mat, I took candles.
Wait, did you walk in with a big ball? Was it already
no,
I don't remember a ball.
I don't know. I didn't even get it out of the car. I took cobijas, I took almohadas.
To San Marcos.
Yeah, I was like, and then I took a picture of the ultrasound because for so you can see it. I took pictures, I took music, I just took it all. Lollipop, I told my husband, take a book, take magazines, take this, take snacks. I mean, we went like camping to the hospital.
So a little teepee.
So we get there and they check me out and they're like, oh yeah, you're definitely I actually, when I left my house, I was like, we'll probably come back, we'll come back later. And I didn't, because I was not feeling a thing. I was normal. So
did you think your water just broke just for fun?
I was like, it's probably gonna take a couple of days before I have this baby. So I get there and they tell me like, no, you have to stay. And I was like, oh sure, this is for real, she's coming. And that's when you started getting I started freaking out. I was like, fuck, this is it, this is it. Oh my god, I hate pain. I don't like pain. So
no,
I do not like pain. I do not like pain. I don't enjoy pain. Well, some pain. Well, some pain, but not this kind of pain. And they told me okay, take a walk for a couple hours. I got there at 6 a.m. and took a walk, and then by 8, if you're because they checked me and I was not dilated at all.
At all?
At all.
0 centimeters?
Zero. I think I was at 1 or something. And then they were like, no, like take a walk and then you come back and we'll check you, and if you don't, then we're gonna have to induce you. And I was like, the what? Like, I was like, that is not on my birth plan. Inducing is not on my birth plan. Stick to the birth plan, people. Bring my yoga ball. Please, where's the bathing suit?
Where's my massage oil?
Can I get in the shower now? Like, with my husband. So they were like, okay, go take a walk. And this whole time I'm like, telling my husband, like, you know, come on, let's just help me. I gotta do this. I gotta open up, you know. Should we go have sex? Yeah, I don't know, you know.
You were thinking about having sex at that moment?
I mean, I just did not want to get induced, you know. I believe me, I was not expecting what happened, but I didn't know. I had no idea. So I take a walk for like 2 hours. This whole time we're calling all our family. You know, I'm like, oh, I don't feel anything. This is cool.
That's when you called me. I was getting my nails done.
This is cool. This is all right. I can do this.
Pregnancy's easy.
It's easy. I don't feel a thing. So then I go back and they're like, sorry, you're still at like 1.5. Like nothing.
2 hours later, 1.5.
Yeah, and then because of the fact that my water had broke since the night before, the liquid was running low. So, you know, the whole thing with the baby, like, oh, you know, she cannot be in there. So we're gonna put you in bed and you can't move at all. I was like, what? Really? Like, I was so disappointed because I didn't get to use my yoga ball. I did not get to get in the shower.
You were not reading the magazines.
I was not reading well, yeah.
There was no bathing suit.
They allowed me to sit down for a little while.
Yeah.
But then they put a catheter in me.
Oh, that's when
they put a so then that was it. Like,
yeah,
I was
once a catheter goes
in,
that's it.
They were like, no, we have to put a catheter. You can't. And then the worst part about inducing you is like when you have a natural birth, which when the second time around the contractions came with Sabina, with Krista was like
an unmedicated birth.
Yeah, the contractions went from 0 to like 6 in like an hour, and it was insane. Like, you know, and I was in a lot of pain for a long time.
Yeah.
And
I remember that because I was there by that time.
Yeah, they, you know, the whole day Saturday it was just small, and they were like, nothing's happening, and they increased it. I don't know how much. They just increased it, and then that's when I was like, boom, and like in the middle of the night, I was just dying. Like, that was Saturday night. So the whole time, like, I'm being in the hospital for one whole day, and at this point in the middle of the night,
and I'm like, damn, I could have finished, and all I'm thinking is like, shit, my nails. I could have finished my nails.
Yeah, I know. Then at night, I just told my mom, I was just like, no, I want the epidural. Like, I can't do this. I cannot do the pain was just too much. Like I said, I don't like pain. I just wanted to avoid pain at all costs. So I decided to go with the epidural, which was like so scary because I hate needles. Like, I don't like pain. I hate needles. Like, I'm just not made to do this.
How did you always want to be a mom?
I don't know. I just thought the cigüeña would bring my baby. Hello, from Paris.
Yeah.
So
like, we'd have to do what?
So then they came in, and that was the worst part. That was the worst part because I always hold somebody's hand. Like, even if it's the nurse, I'm like, can somebody hold my hand?
Well, you give me the flu shot?
Yes, everything. And then I was by myself in the room. They don't let anybody there.
Yeah.
I was by myself, and the contractions were coming, and then they told me, like, don't move, and I was like, how the fuck do you not want me to move? I'm having a contraction. Oh. And then I think you
see, I'm telling you, I don't know, man. I am more afraid of an epidural than like to give like birth. Like, I would rather go through the pain of, I mean, I don't know, that was what my thinking behind like trying to have my baby without any medication was because no one's sticking a needle in my back.
And then you know what?
I don't know. Estoy traumada.
No, yes, because mom is like, no, porque te puedes quedar paralítica.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, my back still hurts when it's cold. And I'm like, oh my God, my back's gonna hurt when I'm cold. You know, like all this thing. And yeah, I mean, my mom
what is
had...
it with Mexicans and like cold weather? Do we just not like being cold?
No, if you don't wear a sweater, you get cold.
Sick, yeah.
If you don't wear shoes, you get sick.
Mom to this day, like, I remember when she was taking care of me. like Eduardo walks around the house barefoot, and she was like, "Dile a tu esposo que se ponga zapatos. Se va a enfermar.
Le van a doler los pies."
Doler los pies. Anyway, keep going.
So yeah, I was like, I was so scared of that epidural. So they go and they put this. I don't even think it's not a needle anymore. It's like a little. I mean, it's a needle going in, but then it's a little tube.
I know.
Because that's the thing that I was just like, what the thing I hate about like the IV or needles is like I have a fucking needle in my I'm not gonna move because what if it goes into like an artery? I don't know. That's just my thinking, you know.
Yeah.
Like I just don't even move. So with this, they were like, no, it's a little tube, and I was like, can I move? Like I won't get paralyzed, like this whole. So they were like,
no voy a
yeah.
quedar paralítica como la novela.
Lisiada.
Lisiada.
For you, it's Maria Mercedes.
Maria Mercedes.
Anyway, so that was so after that, I was like, all right, Jackie said that after I get the epidural.
Jackie said it was gonna be better.
She was like, then you won't feel a thing, it'll be easy, and I was like, good, okay, I got the epidural. Fuck. No. Like, the epidural worked from my waist down, but I started having contractions from my waist up, which was...
I never heard that before.
It happened to me. I would like literally my whole body would lift like the freaking Exorcist.
Exorcist.
No, seriously, it was like an Exorcist.
No, I remember you were just like, you started passing out.
Yes.
Like you fainted.
Yes, this was already like Sunday morning. Okay, Sunday morning, and I was still like not dilating. And I am so thankful that I had such a good team around me.
And the angel in the corner.
It was the angel in the corner. And I had a midwife that she only works on Sundays. She works on Sundays.
Really?
And I was like, I hope I have Sabina on a Sunday because she'll be there. But she only works Sundays. And she was there. She got her shift, and then she came and she was like, don't worry, we can do this. I think you can do this naturally.
Yeah, because she was in there for
a long time. Like she took a long, like I don't know if there was any other patients.
I know,
but she was with me for a long, which I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful. I love Kaiser for that. Like I'm like I had the best experience.
I had the best experience at Kaiser too.
Yeah,
the best.
I love it.
I'll go into mine later. I mean, not the best experience like what happened to me, but
yes.
Being there and the people that took care of us were always so nice. So good. So she didn't, I feel like if I was somewhere else, they would have been like, okay, you have to go get a C-section. And that was like another thing that I was not planned. And thank God she was so patient. I was ready to push until Sunday at 3 p.m. I pushed that kid for 4 hours. She was with me for 4 hours. Like I mean, I don't know. Like people just say, oh no, the doctor's like, nah, they just have a C-section, So I was just so happy. I'm so happy till this day that she was there with me, and she was like, no, we can do this, and she would massage me. She would do, and I was like, by this time, I haven't had any food. Like, yes, I had the IV, and I looked like the freaking Michelin man because I was like, I couldn't even like. You were like rolling.
I was rolling. I was like so bloated. Like I was not myself. I did not look like myself. Like, I mean,
You're like, I wanted a nice picture of me.
I'm a size 0, and
I went from a size 0 to a size 2.
No, but like I was like so bloated, like. Like Saturday, I was like, Bricia, do my makeup, do my hair, because I want to look good in the pictures. So Sunday comes and I look like a hot mess, like a Michelin man, bloated.
With
my
hair.
Eyes look like a sapo. I was like, it was bad.
I think you look beautiful.
No. But like I was like passing out. I was hallucinating. I know my husband was right next to me, and I was like, where's Rosa, Ramiro? ¿Dónde está Rosa? And he was like, who's Rosa? Like, we don't know anybody.
Rosa de la novela.
Or maybe I was thinking, like, did Rosa go to work at the restaurant today? Like, she was supposed to work today. I don't know. I have a Rosita.
I almost choked on the michelada. Hold on.
Oh, my God. That was so... But I was just like, now that I think about it, I'm like, I don't understand. But it was good because, this whole time Mom is praying and everybody like out there was praying, all of our friends, because it was so long and Mom was so worried about me.
Yeah.
Mom was really worried about me. I honestly thought that mom was not gonna be as good as she was. I'm sorry, but because she's so nervous.
Yeah.
She just likes to have control of everything, and she freaks out very easy.
Like who? Like us.
Yes.
Become our mother.
But I just thought she was not gonna be helpful.
Right. I know.
I was just like, no, she's not. She's gonna freak out. She's gonna make me mad.
She was so helpful for
She was
too.
so good. She was
yeah.
great. She was praying. She was telling me everything was gonna be okay. She was talking to the baby this whole time, telling her don't hurt my daughter anymore. Please come out. From what I remember, because I really don't remember much of the last part. But towards the end, they were putting oxygen on me because I was fainting.
Oh, yeah, you were fainting. I remember it. I was laughing. You're like, wake up! Why
What
are you going to go to sleep? Because you always fall asleep everywhere. Anywhere. You're like what are they called? Narcoleptic? Or what are they called?
Yeah.
The people that just fall asleep.
Jackie has the best story.
I mean, one day you were just talking to Jackie, and you just fell asleep talking to her.
At a restaurant.
At a restaurant.
At a restaurant.
Yeah. So you already fall asleep
Not
regardless.
Not anymore.
But I was like, are you already falling asleep during your birth too? Wake the fuck up.
Yeah, and so there's one of these parts when I'm just I don't know what happened, and I started choking. Oh no, she said, we're gonna try this one more time.
Right.
If it doesn't happen, we're gonna do C-section. And then I guess my husband and mom were like, no, this is not gonna happen. We've gone through 2 days, of this. So I don't know what happened, and I started choking. And when I started choking, the baby started coming out. Krista started coming out, and then I was coughing. So then she was like, okay, do that again. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't even, you want me to cough. So then she was like, do it again. So I started coughing, and that's when she started coming out. And I think she started opening me up.
Yeah.
And then she was like, all right, we're going to do this. We're doing this.
It's coming. It's coming. She's coming.
So when I heard that, because I was just I was very I'm done. I can't do this.
I know you had given up.
Yeah,
really.
I was like, this is too much. So, but when she said no, this is it. She's coming. I was like, okay, let me do this. I can do this. And then I started pushing, and I mean, I don't know how long it actually. I pushed for 4 hours, but the actual. The last part, I don't even know how long it was. I don't know. It could have been an hour, and to me it was 2 minutes because I don't even remember. But she came out, and everybody's everything. As soon as she came out, all of the contractions in my upper, because I was in so much pain because my upper body was I don't know how you say it, se estaba calambrando the whole time. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you say it. But it was just shaking, shivering the whole time. But as soon as she came out, it just all went away. I was like, ugh. And I saw her, and I don't know from where, but I got energy. You get a rush of adrenaline when they come.
You get all this
you were like, ooh,
euphoric. You you were just giving birth.
Yeah, I'm oh my God, she's here. Okay, let's do this. I held her, and I was we took a million pictures, and everybody was so happy and crying.
And you look great in the pictures.
I guess. And
you do.
And I started holding my baby. My husband was crying, and
we were
it was
all crying.
beautiful. Yeah, I mean, she was perfectly healthy, but they did take her to NICU right after because I had because of everything that I went through, and they just wanted to make sure that she was fine. And that was tough too because they took her from me. Oh. And I was like, Ramiro, go with the baby. Make sure they don't change our baby. They don't switch our baby. Everybody's so scared of that. If she look at something, what does she have? Does she have a birthmark? Something? Just make sure it's her.
Some babies look the same.
And then after that, I remember talking to people on the phone for a little while. Yeah, I just had the baby. Woo, put me on Facebook. And you forget. And this lasts for about 1 or 2 hours, mm-hmm. and then you crash again, and it was.
How long were you in the hospital after?
I came in the hospital on Saturday morning, and I left on Thursday because they had her there for 4 days, which was super hard because they actually I was in so much my labor was so hard that I got really hurt. Right. My whole vagina area, and so they gave me a wheelchair, and I had to get up, walk to the other side where the NICU was, try to breastfeed, because I couldn't even breastfeed. I was just like, como, like if I had just had surgery, you know. It was really, like, I was in pain, I was bleeding so much, and it was tough. It was a tough 4 days, and I think that is what sparked my depression, you know, the most, because my body was just went through so much.
Well, yeah, of course.
And I was not expecting it, you know. I was not expecting it. And Sabina's birth was completely different, and with Krista, it was just
and also
so
because you wanted
exhausting.
her so bad,
yeah,
and like you had all these expectations of like,
I did,
and you had such a great pregnancy, and
yeah.
you're like, oh, I have a great pregnancy, I'm gonna have
yeah.
a great labor, I'm gonna have my baby's gonna sleep all the time.
I know. And it was I think like from the time my water broke until like she was probably like 9 months or something, it was really fucking tough for me. Like, it was horrible. I actually ended up, I had hemorrhoids because I was pushing so much. I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. Like, it was so bad. And I ended up...
These are the kind of things don't talk. I remember when I was pregnant,
People don't
afterwards, you're like,
that.
oh my God, when I was... Okay, so when I was about to give birth, the nurse was like, do you want me to put this thing on you to avoid hemorrhoids? And I'm like in the middle of like a contraction, and she's asking me these questions. I'm like, who the hell, what? And I had forgotten that you did that. Like, that.
Yeah.
And
it was so bad. I wanted to float. I didn't want to eat because I didn't want to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And after I would go to the bathroom, I would cry for like an hour. I'm so thankful that I actually moved in with Mom.
I know.
And she took such good care of me and the baby. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know how other people do it. You know, like, I have friends that have had C-sections and they go home by themselves. I'm like, how? Like, I'm so lucky. Like, Mom was amazing. She's so good. Like,
I know.
you know, we always talk about her and in good spirits, Mom. But, you know, she's great. She's amazing. Like, she knows exactly what to do. She takes care of us.
She cooks for you.
She cooks for me, like, every morning. And then she helped me with the baby in the middle of the night, like, because I was really bad. Like, I was in pain. I just didn't want to.
And you know what? Sometimes we don't allow ourselves to be helped.
Yes.
I mean, I know I went through that because I'm very like, oh, I can do whatever. I can do it all. Like, I don't need anyone's help.
You went to Target.
I went to Target. I know Mom was so pissed. I went to Target after like the third day of having a baby.
Yes.
Because I thought I was gonna be like, whatever. Like, this is easy. Like, I know people complain about, you know. And I wish I would have, like, now looking back.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I would have allowed myself to be more
pampered.
Yeah.
I mean, you just went. I mean, I had gone through this trauma.
I know, but it's so different. Like, when you go through motherhood and like you experience it and you understand, like,
yeah,
fuck, I should have allowed myself to be pampered. Like, I should have allowed myself. I should just like been okay, and I wasn't. I remember.
Or, like, you know, some people that don't have family out here, like, just call a friend, ask for help.
Yes, I mean,
there
it's
is
really
nothing
what they say.
wrong
Like,
with that.
no, I mean, los 40 días.
So
it's
hard.
Such a like true thing, and like, I mean, if you live in Mexico, you're not even allowed to lift a freaking finger.
Yes.
Like, you don't even get up to like grab yourself some water because people are around you, handing you water, giving you everything, like helping you with the baby. They make sure you sleep. They take care of the baby when the baby's crying, and you just relax and
be a mom.
I'm serious. I'm like legit. Next time I have a baby, my first 40 days, you know what?
I'm going to Oaxaca.
I am just gonna allow Mom to take good care of me. Like,
yeah, you know, like, Mom was saying that when she was young, like, when she had us, she would actually, they would put her in a dark room. Like, they wouldn't even allow light.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be in the dark room.
No,
I'm gonna be watching movies. But yes,
you know, like, they wouldn't let, like, it was just like a certain temperature, and the grandmothers would come and wash Mom and like clean her breast because of the whole, like, because it's true, like, you know, you're like, I can do this, and I think that affects the fact that sometimes your milk, because you're like, let me just do this, like, I'm gonna clean. I was like, with Cristiano, I was in bed. I was just like so depressed and down. I ended up in the hospital a couple of days later because I had a bladder infection. I had the hemorrhoids. I was in pain. I was bleeding.
You remind your husband of this next time he complains of you being on the phone for a minute.
When was that I was like, oh yeah, one time he was like, well, I'm gonna start like logging the hours that each of us take care of the kids or something. When we went to Chicago.
Oh, we went to Chicago.
Yeah, he was like, you're leaving for 4 days? Like, okay, when you come back, I'm gonna have 4 days off. And then I was like, you know what, you can take those 4 days off my 18 months of pregnancy, my 60 hours of labor, like, you know, all the breastfeeding and all the pain. You can take those hours from there, those days off from there, and then when we're even, I'll let you know. I was like, what the fuck? Seriously? Okay, like, yes, I'm leaving for 4 days. You can stay with the kids for 4 days. You'll be fine.
I think you're okay for 4 days. I was in labor for 60 hours.
Yes.
I had hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids. I love you, baby. But yeah, you know, your body just goes through so much, and people are just like, you know, they don't talk about these things because people feel shy. They're ashamed.
You know what? They feel judged too. Like,
judged.
Estoy una floja. Like, my boss, like, because I felt like that. I felt like that too. I was like, oh, I should do something. I'm such a clean. Well, because I feel like, I don't know if it's like a clean freak, control freak, but I like things to be a certain way, and like, and then I was like, I don't know, and then. Again, my baby was 2 weeks early, so I had shit everywhere, and I feel like I was like, I'm gonna get up and clean, and like
I went to your house and it wasn't like that.
But then I felt bad that mom was cleaning because I was like, no, you know, it's like she's my mom, and like I want to like make sure she's okay in my house. Like, I mean, I went through all these things, but like I'm like, fuck that next time.
No, you know that's what happened to me.
For 40 days.
I was working with Krista. I was working up until like a couple of days before. So, like, you know, and we just work, you know, that's what we did. Like, I used to work until, like, 10 p.m., you know, be here in the restaurant, just being here since 9 in the morning until 10 p.m. Like, you know, I used to. And then, so, like, when I had the baby, like, I remember one time I was breastfeeding and it was hard and I was crying. And Dad was like, what's wrong? And I was just like, I just feel bad that everybody's working and I'm not. And I literally told him that. And he was like, what? He's like, you're crazy. Like, you just had a baby. You need to enjoy. I was not enjoying it. Like, I was like, I need to work. I need to do something. Like, everybody was just doing their things.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. But I think, like, for example, like, I'm lucky that you had your baby first and before me.
Okay.
No, because, like, it must have been so hard for you. Like, when I had a baby, I felt so guilty.
Yes.
That, like, I didn't visit you more when you had your baby. I mean, like, I was crying one day. I'm gonna cry now because I was like, I was such a bad sister. Like,
no, you were not.
Well, because I was supposed to like support you. Like,
you did. You were here working while I was taking care of the baby.
Like, I didn't even take you food. Like, you're my sister. You know what I mean? Like, but I was like on my own thing. Like, I was single. I was like, oh my god, okay, she had a baby. Like, how hard could it be? You know, like, so I'm just so lucky that like I had you. That you already were a mom and like you would come over and like you bought all this stuff for my baby. I mean, you gave me my first present. You were so excited and like it's really cool. Like, and that like that I'm able to have that from you, but like you didn't have that from me. So I remember I felt so guilty when my baby was like, oh my god, this is so hard. Like,
it is hard. It's
hard to.
I don't see it like that. Like, I felt bad that you were working and I was at home doing nothing with a baby.
So we all felt bad.
At some point. I was like, oh my god, my sister's like working so much and I'm just here with this baby doing nothing. I would always tell it to my husband. Like, I was like, but they're working and I'm not. And he was like, you had a baby. And I was like, no, but I have like, you know, you always
now we don't care. And I was like, it's not my baby, so we stay home with that.
So now it's like, if I have a third child, I'm gonna stay out now. But
I'm a 9-month leave.
That would be good, right? I mean,
that'd be amazing.
But yeah, I mean, you just feel all these, like, when you have that baby, you just all this, and then plus your hormones, you know, like,
I know
they're
it's
all
tough.
over the place. It's so hard. Like, I'm telling you, I had hemorrhoids. I went back to the hospital. My breasts were cracking. You know, like,
your milk supply wasn't really coming as much.
It was not. Mom did all the work. She did all the work. Like, she would give me everything. She gave me atole. She would boil beer, which was the best part.
You were tipsy, like, hey baby, come over here.
No, but she was like, pero ya le quitar alcohol. No, but maybe, I don't know. Because it was warm, like really thick, dark beer, which is like, you know, it helped me a lot. I don't know. I thought that I would never have milk. I just didn't. It was just I didn't have milk. My body was a mess. Like it was just horrible. But I had milk at some point, and then later I remember walking in the restaurant one time, and I was like, "What is that trail of things leaving behind me? Oh, it's milk! Damn it! Like
I'm leaking.
I'm leaking. Like at some point I was leaking. I had
Crap.
so much
Speaking
milk.
of leaking, I forgot to put my bra pads on. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to be wearing. Okay, by the way, for all of you non-mommies out there listening, like for the rest of like your like, I need to wear pads like. Like not just like period pads. Now I need to wear breast pads every day. I forgot them.
Yeah.
Some extra ones are in here somewhere.
But it was tough. The first time was tough. You know, it was tough. And like I said before, and then I think I can go into detail.
But like now you forget, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know, because now looking back at like those first couple months that were so hard, but now you're like, oh,
I know.
that wasn't that bad. I want another baby.
Yeah, I just popped another one. It was fine. And it was so different, like so different, because I think it helped me like prepare to not. No, not really. I was still going expecting certain things, and it didn't happen again.
But you were more prepared.
I was more prepared. Yeah, I was more prepared, and I actually worked on myself before. Like, not on. I think we have to do a lot of work on ourselves when we have a baby, because we just imagine this like fantasy that it's gonna be so great, and the baby, and it's tough. The matter of the fact is like
it's hard.
It's hard. It's really hard. So I think you should work on yourself. Like, work on yourself. Like, prepare yourself mentally. Just know that you can do it. Just believe in yourself. And I, the second time around, I was like, I'm not gonna allow myself to fall into a depression again. So I had to do a lot of work with myself. You know, I because nobody can control that but me.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's gonna, like, no matter what my husband told me back then, like, that it was fine, no matter what my parents told me, no matter what you told me, I knew that I wasn't okay. So you have to work on yourself, and yes, the baby will be fine. The baby will be fine. You will know what to do, because it is instinct. There's no manual. Like, I went to all these classes, but like, when the baby comes, it's like completely different. Like, they tell you like to do it a certain way, and you try it on your child, it doesn't work because your child likes something completely different.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But
you'll be okay.
You will be okay.
And I always kept telling myself this. I remember I watched the Beyonce documentary, and Beyonce said I remember they interviewed her, and she said, I just kept telling myself, like, this is what we were meant to be. Like, you were, like, your body is designed to give life. Like,
yes.
Like, your body, although in my head, I think Beyonce probably just, like, magically had the baby. She had no suffer. She just had a perfectly orgasmic child delivery. And then, like, and then I kept telling myself that I'm like, my body was meant to do this. Like,
yeah,
I was born, like, I don't know if this is true, but my friend Dawn told me that, like, when you're born, like when Krista was born, she has, I don't know if it's true, but something like this, like, we're already born with like the eggs that we're gonna have for the rest of our life.
Yeah, that's true.
So then I keep thinking, like, so I was actually born with my baby.
Yeah.
Like, I had my baby in me already. Like,
yes.
How crazy is that? Like, so when I met him, it was like we've met before. It was like, it was like we've always like met, and like, I don't know, like when next time I'm pregnant too, I'm gonna talk more to my baby in my belly, because I don't think I did that enough. But like, I know, because when you meet them, you're like, holy crap, like, we already know each other.
And the funny thing is, like, you imagine your baby like in a certain way.
Oh, I know.
I know, and you're like, no, he's gonna look like this, and then when you meet them, you're like, what the hell? You look nothing like I imagined you. Like,
but like,
but in a good way. Like, you're so cute. You know what I mean? Like, my babies were just so perfect. Everybody's babies are perfect, and then it's true. Like, all the parents look at their babies and say, like, my baby is the cutest baby in the world. And
they are.
And they are. Anyway, so that was my story.
Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing. Had a little moment there. Let's have a drink.
I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you know, my story is no better than your story, You know, we all have a unique story, and if anybody wants to share their story with us,
I would love to hear people's stories.
Know,
I love listening to birth stories. I think all moms like, so how was your labor? Like, I think that's like the most incredible, and it's, oh my god, I can't.
And you know, like mine was like super scary, but it might not happen to you. You might have the perfect Beyonce birth.
Yeah, the perfect Beyonce orgasm. Some women have orgasms when they deliver.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be one of those. I wasn't, but I'm still waiting for my orgasm. I mean, I'm not. Anyway.
Anyway, you know, tell us what you think.
Yes.
Are we getting better? Are we getting worse?
What do you want to hear? Later, you're gonna share your next birth story.
At some point.
At some point, I'm gonna share my birth story at some point. But please, you guys, like, I would love to hear everyone's birth stories. Like, send us a message through Facebook, Super Mamás Podcast.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram at _Super Mamás, and on Twitter as well. And then visit our website
Subscribe.
But supermamaspodcast.com, and subscribe to our podcast. Give us a good rating. And if you don't like us, just don't give us any rating. Just don't rate us. We don't need, and just leave us a comment. Okay, we love you guys so much.
All right.
I'm Mr. Super Mamás. Flying off.